Now let's do some losers. Little shocked that we went positive before going negative. That's not really our brand, but here we are. We'll run this the same way we did last time. Same thing on the table cart. One of us has to chug a beer or seltzer of the other person's choosing. If the other person guesses how many out of these 5 answers we both have the same on our sheet of 5 losers from the NBA draft. Do you want to pick the number first, or do you want me to go first on this one?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Uh,
What's the number?
the number first. Sorry. Uh, 3. We're gonna have 3 the same.
Let's see how well I know you here, Cart. I think we will have 1 the same.
Okay.
Do you want to change your answer from 3 now that I said 1? I feel like you should have the option to do so.
Yeah, I want to change it to. No, I want to keep it at
Staying
3.
at 3 and I'm staying
Stay,
at 1.
I'm
Okay.
staying at 3.
Okay. Losers from the NBA draft. Go ahead. Who's your first loser?
My first one is the Bucks.
Not on my list. Why are the Bucks a loser?
They took a guy who scored 2 points a game last year in Australia at number 19.
It's not good. Is that your least favorite pick of this round?
Yeah.
Of the whole
No.
draft?
No, maybe not my least favorite of the whole draft or anything like that, but like, and I actually like AJ Johnson. Like, it's just, it's not taking him at 19 is crazy. You could have got him any other time. And I hate NBA franchises that don't like, what are we doing here? Like, you have Giannis. Like, let's capitalize on Giannis. Why are we drafting guys who average 2 points?
It's also not as crazy as dropping I like AJ Johnson in the middle of that monologue about why that pick alone was the biggest loser of the NBA draft. That was a wild spin from you. Yeah, bad pick. I think bad player. I think all around gross from the Bucks. I would like to propose, if you don't have the first name here that I say, can you just give me a quick head shake so that I can give my first and my second names back to back?
Yes.
Okay. So my biggest loser of the NBA draft is Kyle Filipowski. My second biggest loser of the NBA draft is Kyle Filipowski's family. This is insane. This whole thing is insane. And we are going to talk about it separate, so I don't need to give my full spiel on this right now. But like the concept of his abandoned family going public on draft night and now like taking it so far as to like blame John Shire is real strange to me. I feel bad for everyone involved. Obviously, there are some very real victims here, some very real, like preyed upon victims here, and I don't want that to be lost in this. But I think Flip looks horrible in the light right now. He fell in the draft. That's a real result of his actions. Consequences. Here you go. Also, like his family is not really looking great in the light right now. They're not accomplishing what they're trying to accomplish, and the fact that this has become such a big story in the middle of the NBA draft weekend is just massive fumbling by all parties involved.
I feel like you're cheating the system a little bit because we talked about this being a segment. So like you putting it on the list is like, okay, all right. Do I go next?
They're the 2 biggest losers. Like they are the 2 biggest losers.
And you use 2 slots for this.
That's because there's 2 of them. Kyle
Okay.
Filipowski is very different from Kyle Filipowski's family car. We gotta
Okay. All
separate
right.
this right now.
Are they? All right. My next one was the Pistons.
Okay.
We need shooting. We took a guy who shot 27% from 3 last season at 5.
Pistons are not on my list.
We
They
took
were the
Ron
first
Howard.
cut. They were the first cut. I had them 6. They were the first cut.
I
And it
mean,
might be fandom. It might be fandom that cut it.
oh, Greg.
I'm sorry. Here's where I landed on it, and we can spend more time on it later this week if needed. I hate the Holland pick. I hate the way Trajan Langdon's acting. I hate everything about this damn organization right now. With that said, taking a shot on Ron Holland in this draft is not the crime that we are accusing them of doing. Like I don't really care about the rest of the shit and talking about fit. Do I wish we drafted someone fun that played in college that can shoot? Like, yes. Ron Holland's upside is higher than most people we would have taken if it wasn't Ron Holland. So, like, I would have preferred Booz Ellis, but if there is even a small world where Ron Holland becomes an NBA star, this pick was okay, and you figure it out later.
Okay. All right. I wish we would have talked about this.
You're right. Is everything okay, by the way? That seemed like an extended look to the right there.
Yeah, I think everything's okay.
Anything going on to your right?
I thought I saw a spider like coming down from my ceiling.
Okay. Who's your third biggest loser? Right now we have 0. We are 0 for 4 out of 10 here, and we need to get to 3 for you to win. There's only 3 left.
Yeah. The Hawks.
The Hawks are on my list.
Yeah, they took Ricochet #1.
Yeah, if you end up with Zachary Ricochet after having the first pick in the draft, you done fumbled.
Yeah, easy.
That's all it is.
They're easy. They're top of the list, top of the food chain.
Okay, so if one of the final 2 is not the same as mine, you're gonna have to drink another beer.
I had the Spurs.
Spurs are not on my list, but why? Why do you have the Spurs?
Because I like the Stephon Castle pick. I hate that they traded out for that second pick.
I hated that move too, and I'm glad you're spotlighting it because I feel like everyone's just letting that go.
Like, just take like
Yeah.
why did they trade out?
Yeah, it's hard for me to call them a loser when they got Castle. Like he was the #1 player on my big board.
I know, but they could have been like the overall, just like they did it again winners and just get Castle and then pick someone else at 8.
Yeah, I mean they got Castle at 4, man. Like that's gotta be a win. I'll just fight you
Okay.
on that a little bit. But yeah, I wish they would have not traded 8. You're right. But also this draft stinks, so maybe they were smart to trade 8. I don't know. Okay. My next one is Deandre Ayton.
I did not have that.
Yeah, I know you didn't, and nobody seems to have. So, like, can I just go on an island for a moment with something that people are gonna like really attack me for? NBA people that see this are gonna be like, "You casual, you idiot." I think DeAndre Ayton's good. I think he's good. Like, that's a good player. I don't think he's great. I don't think you can like build a championship team around him. But I think we're kind of, dare I say, Cart, I think we're kind of doing the Porzingis thing with him right now. Like I think we're doing that. I think we got this big man who's like an extremely gifted offensive player that like went super high in his draft class for a reason, and it hasn't worked out in a couple situations so far, and everybody wants to just write him off as a losing player and a toxic guy that you can't win with. Instead of like what happens if he's the third best player on a championship team instead. And everybody loves, like you had the Blazers as a winner. I think Donovan Clingan's really good. He's totally redundant to DeAndre Ayton. And this feels completely like are we sure Donovan Clingan's better than DeAndre Ayton? He's not ever going to do the offensive stuff that Ayton did. And if they're running Ayton out of town for Clingan, I like that. Fine, but you didn't upgrade. Like you wrote off a good NBA center who's still like 24.
Yeah.
So I think Ayton's going to go somewhere and be good if he ends up out of Portland. And but that makes him a loser in this draft because everybody is just saying how great Klingon and the Blazers are when like Ayton's sitting right there. Like, what the hell?
I mean, yeah, that makes I'm just sick.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. You have one more chance at this though. If your last one lands, then you're saved and nobody drinks.
My last one was Chaos was a loser.
Chaos was a loser.
Chaos. We got no trades, nothing like massive, no like moving of Paul George, no like Kevin Durant getting moved. Nothing of that nature occurred on draft night.
Okay. I'm willing to negotiate this with you at the end if you want. Chaos is not my loser. And what I was going for with this answer was not the chaos element, but it could apply. My fifth loser of the 2024 NBA draft is the NBA.
Yeah, I think that's kind of related.
I think we're in a really weak spot for the NBA right now, and I didn't fully process it until we got to the draft. Like, now that we're through this, let's just define the storylines from the last couple of months. The Boston Celtics weren't even tested by anybody. A team that couldn't win the East the last 4 years wasn't even sniffed by anybody on the way to a chance. Like, there's no competition right now with a team that was good. Don't think they're like an all-time great team, but they were good. Like, we let Al Horford and Drew Holiday run around and like nobody can touch them. Okay, that's what's going on right now from the competition level of the league. The superstars that should be taking over the league for LeBron might not like basketball. That's going on right now. Like, every go through Jokic, who wants to be with his horses, Luca, who I think hates that he has to be in shape, Giannis misses Chick-fil-A and his brothers. Like, all this shit is just, there's no one to hand the league to right now. It's not working. Then you go to the draft and everybody says this is the weakest draft class ever. Zach Sachet just went first overall. Let's just keep saying that out loud. That's insane. The fact that this whole draft became the Bronny James draft, that's what this is right now. We're just doing the full-blown like lifetime achievement here, LeBron, do whatever you want thing. And meanwhile, LeBron can't even win a playoff series anymore. So this is the most down bad I have seen the NBA since I've been alive, and it was loud to me on NBA draft night.
I think mine and yours are kind of the same.
I think what you went for with chaos is completely different than that. I do.
Sure.
But I can sense and feel it in your bones that you don't want to drink that second one.
I don't. Not even a little bit.
All right. So is it just a firm decision up to me?
But also I lost. And we're a podcast of character and integrity. And I will carry that legacy on.
I want to make it known that I was going to let you off the hook, and I am willing to let you off the hook. This is a
You good?
moment in time. Like, this will be documented. You have a choice to get off the hook. We could be a pro off the hook podcast card. Cart's chugging the beer.
You let me off the hook now. You give me an inch, I'm gonna take at least another foot.
We're gonna take it all. Oh, cartel. Is it gone?
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you, my friend. It's good.